episode 3 of our April 2024 Spain and France cruise on Sky Princess. We would be grateful if you liked and subscribed, and don't forget to hit the notification button. Sky Princess docked at around 8 a.m. Although the itinerary said that the stop was Bilbao, in fact the cruise terminal is some distance away. Despite what you might hear us calling the place later, the name of the place where the terminal is located is pronounced Getxo. After spending some time weighing up whether to stay in Getxo or to catch the free shuttle bus into Bilbao, we chose the latter, and we were glad we did. We're on the shuttle bus into Bilbao. Very easy getting onto the shuttle. Yeah, we're in Getxo at the moment, but it's apparently about 20 minutes into Bilbao. And we're just going out through a dock gate exit, so maybe we have the shuttle. Interesting. All right. After a journey of around half an hour, we arrived at the San Mamés bus station. We'd decided to walk to the Guggenheim Museum, not to go inside, but to see the famous artworks outside. We could see from maps that we could walk most of the way through parks. We started to notice a lot of football supporters. Well, we seem to have arrived here on a football match day. There's the stadium behind us. Lots of fans milling around. Don't know what the game is. It's not a league match. It must be a cup game, I guess. We're heading towards the Guggenheim. We're going to go through that park in the distance. You can see all the flags for Atletico Bilbao on balconies around just opposite the stadium. Here we are on a nice in a nice park near to, well, on the way to the Guggenheim. Let's come back to us again. I'd like to do that.
It's really hot now in the sun. Cardigans come off, just a t-shirt.
So what do you think of the cruise so far?
Yes, it's good. Very relaxing in the spa last night. The actual hydro pool was a little warm for me, but
very bubbly.
Very bubbly, and it was nice.
And for a long time we had it all to ourselves. We tried earlier in the day and it was quite full. So we gave that a miss and came back at what was about 7:30?
About 7:30.
And it was, well, there were 3 other people in there to start with, but after about half an hour they went and it was just the 2 of us in.
And then we went in the relaxation room, which was nice and cool. See out. There were windows to see out and nice beds to lie on. I think we've had our money's worth anyway.
Obviously very fanatic about their football here. The scarves decorating the trees. Oh, actually, yes, it's been knitted actually by the looks of it. And over here as well. It is a nice quiet park, this. Very nice, very pleasant. This sign is in 2 languages, Spanish below the 2 red lines and Basque above. Basque is unique amongst European languages that it is not related to any other language. Basque is spoken by more than 800,000 people, mainly in northern Spain, but also in some parts of southwestern France. Surprisingly, the 2 main headings say different things. The Basque one reads, "I wish for another year of red and white," whilst the Spanish one translates to, "No matter how old you are, knit in red and white." In both cases, a rough translation of the subtext is, "Study and service project for the elderly and teenagers to work together." Lovely day today,
Beautiful day.
and we've stopped and taken some pictures and a video of the statue of
Jesus.
statue of Jesus. Yes, but did it have a particular name?
Yes, it is the Jesus and the Corazón Monumental, or Sacred Heart of Jesus Monument.
Didn't know you spoke Spanish.
You go. Amazing, isn't it? My Google map, it also said it was the Plaza Sagrado Corazón de Jesus,
Oh,
which I think means the Sacred Jesus Monument Square.
fountains here. Looks like Queen Victoria at the top, but I'm sure it isn't. Clearly Thames Water are not in charge of the fountains. Yeah, the lion mask, yeah.
Lion masks they've got from there.
Oh, they're selling them. Sorry. Fountains. I think there are a lot of them here. And something I've never seen before in the park, over here, we have sun lounges. Unusual. And over there we have a table tennis table. Eventually, we saw the distinctive shape of the Guggenheim Museum. Well, we've made it to the Guggenheim, and just over here, if I can get round to it, is this huge statue by Jeff Prince called Puppy. Really is enormous. I don't know whether you can hear them tweeting, but there are loads of birds' nests in the dock. This says police in Basque, not Spanish, which illustrates how prevalent the language is in the area. Down on the riverfront behind the Guggenheim, and there are football fans everywhere.
One picture, one photo.
Now we have a mistiness behind the Guggenheim. Don't know what that's about. It must come on every now and again. It wasn't here when we arrived. Quite spectacular though. Jill's researching way to the metro, because we think we'll take the metro part of the way back to the shuttle thing. We found this nice little cafe. It serves a cup of coffee, a glass of orange and a croissant were very reasonably priced at €4.65 each. Looks like cafe too. After catching the metro back to San Mamés, we were faced with a huge queue for the shuttle, which took about 40 minutes to clear. Once we were on the coach, it took about 20 minutes to get back to the ship. Just got back from Bilbao on the shuttle, and I think this is what they call the World Orchestra in the Piazza. I think they're about to start playing something. Something like that. Maybe they're just finishing. No, it looks like they're just finishing. There had been various announcements from the bridge talking about carnival parades in Bilbao and in Getxo. A bit of Googling dismissed that idea, but we found out what was actually happening. The previous Sunday, the local football club known simply as The Athletic, or to outsiders as Athletic Bilbao, had won the Copa del Rey, the Spanish equivalent of the FA Cup, for the first time in 40 years, and they were parading down the river from Getxo to Bilbao on the same barge as they had used 40 years previously. This explained the large contingents of fans on the riverfront behind the Guggenheim. Flotilla of boats. following, we believe that the football team were on a barge travelling down. They're going to travel down the river, which is, I'm not sure which direction the river is. Because it's that way, is it? After watching the flotilla from our balcony, we ate the cake that we had been presented with on our anniversary. We then headed to Bellini's, which specialises in Prosecco cocktails. As our daughter is called Annie, there was one choice that leapt out at us. It was time for our evening meal in the Soleil main dining room. Seems to have very strange pale white butter in this cruise, which we haven't really experienced before. We've still got our sweet Annies from Bellini's, and of course we've already got our bread rolls. Looking at the menu, looking for what to eat. Well, Jill, what did you think of your melon and prosciutto?
Very tasty. Very small. Quite a small helping. But the prosciutto was really nice. And the melon was quite sweet too, so yeah, went together well. What did you think of the melon and prosciutto?
It was very nice, very refreshing, as melon and prosciutto always is. Very small portion, and I only got one basil leaf, or basil as they call it, and it was interesting taste-wise. I'm not sure I've ever eaten a basil leaf before, but I only got one leaf, whereas Jill got two. Most disgruntled.
Feeling left out.
Between courses, the chef dropped by.
You had the strip loin beef
Tuscan strip loin beef and
beans.
Or something. We'll sort that out.
And how was that?
My strip loin, not my Tuscan strip loin beef and beans or whatever that was lovely. I was a bit worried about the beans, because often when you have beans like that, they're a bit tough and chalky, but they were really nice. And the steak was gorgeous. As good a steak as I've had anywhere in my life, ever.
Crown Grill's got a lot to live up to then.
It has. Crown Grill is often not the greatest. Mind you, we're having ribeye on the Crown Grill, I would imagine, and that'll be, I like ribeye. Well, Jill, what did you think of your Parmesan chicken, wasn't it?
Parmesan chicken was delicious. Pasta was not so coarse as the one in Sabatini, so really nice. Tomato sauce, but not too tomatoey. and mozzarella and parmesan on the chicken. Really moist chicken too, very tasty.
Jill, what's your drink there and where did it come from?
It's a rossini, which is a raspberry version of a Bellini. I think they had to go out to Bellini's to get it for me this time. They didn't make it in the restaurant.
Seems to have sunk down somewhat.
Yes, it's not quite the same as the one we had in Sagrado. That was slightly thicker, I would say, or perhaps more raspberry puree. I think it's supposed to have raspberry puree and peach puree in it, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about that.
Tastes good though. So, predictably, you had the tiramisu. How was it?
Well, it's Italian night, so you have to have tiramisu. It was very, very nice. There's a cakey stuff and creamy stuff. Not really what I would call tiramisu at all. Tiramisu is normally almost like a Italian version of the tribal. It's got normally it's got a sort of sodden sort of biscuity base which is steeped in alcohol. And it wasn't like that at all. It was very pleasant, but it wasn't what I'd call tiramisu. But then this is Italian night, so maybe they arrived and I don't know. How was your sugar-free mochaccino semifreddo?
Not bad, yeah. Very tasty. Again, you wouldn't have known it's sugar-free. Just slightly icy, creamy. I mean, nice.
After our meal, we went to Princess Live for Liars Club, the entertainment staff's version of Call My Bluff.
So I jumped out the window, jumped over the fence, and got in the ring. And there was no horses in the ring. There was donkeys. So I was like, easy, even better. So I started running around and I was chasing the donkeys. I was like, come on, donkey! But all of a sudden, the donkeys turned and they started to chase me. I was like, ah! So I was running back and forth.
Clean the hearthole. Callum said, okay. Yes, Captain Lackinen, I will do that right away. So Callum went to the bathroom, he scrubbed and he polished and he cleaned and he whacked the horse hole as best as he could. He came out, he presented it to the captain, and the captain looked terrified, unnerved.
My household, like I was saying, it was really tight that day, so I stayed in the shower for 2 hours. I was steaming it, getting it wet, and it was just, it was hard to open up. So I was really nervous, and it was time for the voice of the ocean. Everyone's practicing, I'm backstage.
Okay, that's enough proof. That's enough proof. Hands in the air. You're the trees. You're the trees, but it's an enchanted forest. You go, ooh. Okay, you're not owls. It's more like a, ooh. That's so much better. Okay. Now imagine that I am the mythical one-eyed dwarf, alright?
Yeah.
And the forest isn't, keep your hands up, you're still the forest. Yeah, the forest hasn't gone anywhere. Piggy, are you okay? He's a good little piggy. So I'm the one-eyed, actually, there can be multiple, come on. Let's all be one-eyed mythical dwarves together. And you, Lucy, you made the story.
No, I didn't. She's a bit tall.
Callum, get down. Cover one eye. Okay, forest! Forest! Okay, so now the forest is in danger! Get on the pig! Quick! Oink, pig! Oink, piggy, oink!
I'm expected to do this tonight.
Piggy, I can't hear you! Forest, I can't hear you! Okay, go! Right!
I wore the wrong dress!
Right, the pig! Alright, that's enough. That's enough. Forest to protect it! Thank you.
Before returning to our cabin for the night, we stopped off in the piazza to catch part of the tribute to the Beatles performance.
I don't care too much money, I need love.
resist a Nightcap, a Jack Daniels for me and a Baileys for Jill. Back in our cabin, there were some surprises waiting for us. Thanks for watching. We'd be very grateful if you liked and subscribed.